we had a new Give, Send, Go N-word videos. Nothing suspicious about the timing here. Nothing suspicious about who was doing the fundraiser. The person doing it being connected to Shiloh. Nothing suspicious about his ethnicity at all. The fact that he's a fellow white. It starts with this Uber video.
I need to run back home. It should charge whatever it's going to charge on the app if you go back.
I can circle around, but then I'll have to cancel the ride because I'm already too far away. So I can loop back around, but then you'll have to reorder it.
No, because then I'm going to be paying the whole $13 again.
Let me know what you'd like me to do. I'm going to drop you.
Go, drop me off, because that's stupid. I'm not about to pay a whole another $15, $20, $13.
Do you want me to drop you back home or not? I'm telling you what your options are.
I'll just cancel the ride.
Okay.
Thank you. Never been through this that white shit, so please.
Okay.
So if you hear there, she mumbles, this, that white shit.
This that white shit, so please.
Okay.
Why would your camera be angled in such a way that you're not even going to see the person? There could be a dude sitting in the back seat with a gun and like pointing the gun at the guy and being like, give me all your money. And you wouldn't have the guy on camera with this setup. That doesn't make any sense.
Nothing to do with race, but if you're going to act like a then be.
I'll be one.
All right.
Thank you.
And get the fuck out of my car.
I will. Fuck you.
So I don't know that it's fake. It's possible that that was a real interaction. It's certainly within the realm of possibility that a black woman wanted some kind of special treatment and then made a racist comment when she was denied the special treatment. But the fact that the camera's angled that way really does make me think that maybe she was like in on it. Like they planned this whole thing together, trying to capitalize on the cultural moment of the Shiloh thing. And so then this guy in the video, he posted this video and then he got fired, right? And then he's like, oh, Uber fired me for defending myself racially. Now I need to put up a Give, Send, Go. And it's like, well, you could have not posted the video to the internet. So he posted a Give, Send, Go. He did raise $7,000, which isn't that much money compared to Shiloh. But you know, if you have to drive Uber, but a lot of people were donating the first day this came out. And then when it came out that he was a Jew, it really fell off a cliff, the donations. And so then the Groypers got like all over this guy. So this guy, his Twitter account is called like a Vesterbone or some shit like that. His name's Avi Rachlin or Rachlin, however you say that. He's Jewish and he was involved in the Shiloh fundraising campaign. So Anglo-Saxon girl on Twitter, Tom Hennessy, BIPOC doing racism, and then this other guy, Vesterbone or whatever. They were like Shiloh's team handling and promoting it, and they were the ones who had all the communication with Shiloh and would like update people on her behalf or whatever. I guess they were in a group chat with her. We're going to get to that. But anyway, the Groypers kind of got all over this and like going over his history and stuff like this.
Well, I just wanted to drop this article that I've been posting for you guys because literally 6 months ago, Avi was claiming he was a Groyper and went to Lansing, Michigan to go shit talk the politicians, dropping N-words in front of them and got kicked out for it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I posted in the thing. It's this pro-gun advocate drops the N-word. The individual in question identified himself as Avi Rachlin, while a sign-in card said he was representing Groypers for America.
Wait, what the fuck is Groypers for America?
I don't know. This was in November 2024.
His own organization.
And so he went through this whole thing, and then at some point, he became increasingly angry. If you want to address gun violence, we should be focusing on the people who bring guns into communities, like 13 to 34-year-old sub-Saharan Africans.
Right. So, like, wait, hang on. Like, so this like, full-blooded Ashkenazi Jew was, like, LARPing as a Groyper and, like, started his own, like, Groyper, like, organization that no one's ever heard of in Lansing, Michigan. and then just like went out and started blasting the N-word everywhere to try to like make us look bad, essentially.
If we want to address gun violence, we would be focusing on the people who bring guns into communities and shoot people, like where I live in Detroit and where you represent, Stephanie Chang, which are overwhelmingly 13 to 34-year-old sub-Saharan African. Those are the people who...
Move on.
I am testifying.
Thank you for your testimony. Yep, and I am the chair.
Yep, and it goes through it where what Jimbo's talking about. Chang, one of these committee members, posted Ratchell's name to social media, noted he was a student at Penn State where payers referred to him as violent, misogynist, homophobic, white supremacist, referencing a petition initiated by students to have him expelled after he got into a physical altercation with an assistant professor during a vaccine rally in 2021. So this guy is already just hyper unstable.
Yeah, like this is insane. Like this guy, I mean, he's not unstable. He's just Jewish.
Yeah, and
an insane Jew? Is that even possible?
Very interesting. One more observation in my Jew log.
So what's the deal? So you're the fundraiser guy. You're behind the Shiloh thing, and then you did it yourself like a week later. Is that what's the quick rundown?
Masterminds of the Shiloh campaign, and I coincidentally.
What do you mean mastermind?
Coincidentally.
Well, like one of the
texted me the same thing.
What a coincidence!
By the way, that he's a mastermind behind
mastermind, admin, organizer.
Okay, that sounds. That
He's
does
the guy-
sound.
No, wait. Just like, let me just like do a line of questioning here. So what's a like? What do you do though? Like you wake up in the morning. What did you do?
So like I said, I it's still very active. I can't get into specifics, but we'll be sharing all at a later date.
Is it like emailing people?
I can't get into specifics.
Okay.
I already like the way Wurzelroot is handling the interrogation. A lot of people don't ask like really basic questions like that, but it's like, okay, so walk me through it. How did this happen? Like, what step one? How do you get involved in this? That's like really good questions, actually, if you want to understand something. But then the guy be like, I can't get into all that. That's very suspicious.
But you shouldn't call that a mastermind. That makes it sound, you're saying, oh, everyone's so conspiratorial.
Like a setup. Listen, I'm a frequent sayer, okay? And I gotta say, it felt like you didn't have your heart in it when you. And I honestly, like, listen, I swear I'm a racist and all that, but like, I don't think she deserved it. For that. You know what I mean? It kind of came out of nowhere. It seemed like a crazy escalation.
For no reason. It took me completely off guard.
Yeah, but white shit, that's like a dumb bitch reply. You know what I mean? Like if we're escalating.
And the dumb
but you didn't seem that pressed.
So, I mean, you want to like debate the nuances of what justifies what. She said racial words. I said racial words. That's how I view it.
But like, don't you think that maybe you're kind of like jeopardizing all of that and all of the goodwill that Shiloh has by doing essentially a rerun a week later, but you're the guy who gets the money now?
So again, if you read the thread, I go through all of that and I break down specifically why I did not go.
Yeah, but can you just talk to me now?
Dude, that's what I'm doing. If you shut up. Okay, I specifically explained that I was not going to immediately launch a Gifts and Go because I was cognizant of the fact, my proximity to the Shiloh campaign, and that I would only do so if there was some sort of adverse consequence taken against me. And in this case, that adverse consequence did occur, unfortunately, about 18 hours later when I got canned from Lyft. And in that case, I wasn't looking for $1 million. I went through my Lyft summary. I posted it on my Twitter page, and I said, look, last year I made $7,000. If you guys could help me and replace that portion of my income for a year, greatly appreciated. Set the Gifts and Go goal at $7,000.
Yeah, but like, it's no less insurance fraud if you say, well, I'm only going to sue someone if they hit me when I'm playing in traffic. Like you were in control.
What the fuck? That is the worst comparison ever.
Did you post the video or did you not?
Did I know what?
Did you post the video? Were the consequences unforeseeable?
Right. So again, this is a good question as well. So you got fired. Why? Did you get fired because you yourself posted the video?
What?
Were the consequences unforeseeable? You put yourself in the situation to have consequences befall you. You literally were asking to be.
Were the consequences?
Look at what you were wearing.
were the consequences of Shiloh Hendrix calling a boy the N-word along with the guy filming the N-word consequences foreseeable? Was the consequences of
But that's different. And also, she didn't have a job to lose, so that particular consequence didn't exist. And you know, then people threatening to like kill her and all that didn't happen to you. People didn't care enough about what you did.
Daniel
That's a
Penny,
difference. She did not have the key piece
You gotta drop your N-bombs on a children's playground if you want people to care.
evidence in her control.
What was the consequence of Daniel Penny choking out Jordan Neely on the subway foreseeable? Were the consequences of
In none of these
Kyle
scenarios
Rittenhouse?
that you're bringing up.
No, but you're not being consistent. You're not being consistent with it. You're not being consistent.
No, there's a difference between like a actual moment of rage and losing your cool or saying something in the heat of passion, and there's a difference between that and then waiting days, uploading the video, and then having the consequences. You know, like the interaction could have ended with you telling them, you know, you're a and she gets out of your car. Okay. And then if she, I don't know, was recording you secretly, like that would be a different thing. You had the key evidence. It's not like she hunted you down and got you kicked out of your job. You posted the video. You know, like I have a fucking 9 to 5, dude. Like if I was standing outside the place where I work filming a video talking about how much I hate fucking and then I got fired, I wouldn't be standing there like, holy shit, what the hell just happened to me?
That is a totally different situation.
Yeah, it's just the timing of it and everything. It just feels so forced, right? Even if he didn't put the woman up to it, which I'm not ruling out, but even if he didn't, it just feels like such an opportunistic thing of like, oh, let me upload this and then start a fundraiser.
National aware. Look at the replies. Look at the replies to the tweet, and you'll see people say, "Start a Gifts and Go. Start a Gifts and Go. Where do I donate?"
I would like to point out too that the Gifts and Go link was put up only 20 minutes after he posted that he was fired from Lyft, almost like it was, you know, cocked and loaded, ready to go. But I did just want to, yeah, exactly, the dominoes. I just want to ask one question, and you know, you had talked about how you wanted to do this because you wanted to like raise racial consciousness and make you know, white people less scared to say the N-word, and so you're doing this for what you would call a pro-white reason. And so I'd like to ask, since you've received so much pushback for what you did, obviously people have a problem with what you're doing right now, would you consider, and since you have gone on record saying that this money is not necessary for your income, this was a side stream of income, would you be open to donating the $5,000 that you received to a pro-white organization?
No, because the money was raised with the intent of replacing.
That's kind of Jewish, man.
Lost. And I am.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought.
I am
the only chance to redeem yourself. Just
I am a pro-white organization.
You just lost it.
I am a pro-white organization. I assisted.
You're not white.
Raising of $800,000 for.
You're not white. So then this guy, Avesterбone, he tweets, this evening, myself and others were dismissed from Shiloh's team. I am no longer associated directly or indirectly with Shiloh Hendrix. A more detailed statement will be released at a later date. BIPOC doing racism posted, going forward, this account will no longer be posting any updates or new information about the Shiloh Hendrix campaign. We wish her the best. So these very funny like PR statements being put out as if they were like requested by Shiloh. Like, I need you to tell everybody I'm not fucking with you anymore. The way I like to imagine this in my head, they were in a group chat together doing all this stuff, making all this money. Shiloh was grateful for the help. And then as soon as Shiloh found out that the guy was Jewish, she was like, how dare you bring a Jew into my life? You're all dead to me. Get away from me. And she kicked them all out. Say what you want about these other people, but I still love Shiloh. I still just have a good feeling about her. And this just makes me like her more. The fact that she was like, oh, you're Jewish, you're fired. Anglo-Saxon Girl also put out a statement. I think the only person who maybe didn't say anything about this was Tom Hennessy. If he did, I missed it. Right. She says, I'm going to explain my side of the story. This is my truth. How it started was I posted Shiloh's video on Twitter and it got a lot of views. I looked at my inbox as I do every now and then, and at the top I see a message claiming she was the blonde girl in the video saying nig. Obviously I didn't believe it because most people are liars and scammers, so I needed proof and I told Shiloh that, and then I saw Tom Hennessy in my news feed. We used to follow each other on my old account that got suspended, but we didn't even follow each other on this account, but I have seen him around our pro-white circles and a lot of you seem to have trusted him. Tom Hennessy said, if anyone has any contact with Shiloh, message me so we can do a give, send, go fund for her. So I commented saying, I think she might have messaged me. And that was when Tom messaged me and said that we need evidence that it is the blonde woman in the video so we know it's her for sure. She already told Shiloh, and I told her to take a picture of herself with a piece of paper with my Twitter username and say nig on it, and to also do a voice message to confirm it's her. And she literally did it without any hesitation, which to me definitely confirmed it's her. And I confirmed to Tom she is who she says she is and she's legit. So then Tom goes and does a group because he wanted to speak to Shiloh and help her out with the Give, Send, Go fund. So I felt like since he was liked by a lot of you that I just trusted the people he brought into the group as well, which were Paul Miller, that's Gypsy Crusader. So Paul Miller was in there. I haven't heard him really talk about this. It would be interesting to see if he has anything to say. But anyway, I was thinking to myself that I have never seen that Avsterbone guy around our pro-white circles before, but I stupidly ignored my gut instinct and I brought Shiloh into the group, and that is how it all began with the Give, Send, Go fund. I wasn't involved in creating the fund. I've never made one. The only two doing it were Tom and Avsterbone. Shiloh created the account and put it all in her name with the help of Avsterbone, and then all of us helped in getting the Give, Send, Go fund by sharing the link on our accounts. Then the whole thing happened with Avsterbone sending his video on his account with the Lift and Nig video, and BIPOC shared it along with Tom. So all the same people immediately started promoting. The thing happened with Avsterbone sending his video on his account with the Lift and Nig video, and BIPOC shared it along with Tom, which came on my newsfeed, and I looked at the comments on BIPOC and saw a few people saying he is Jewish. I replied saying, what the fuck, really? As I had no clue he was Jewish, otherwise I wouldn't have invited Shiloh into that group. I saw a lot of proof in that comment section, and then I went to confront Avsterbone in the group chat with a screenshot of him saying he's Jewish. I told him to explain himself. Are you really Jewish? And he said, yeah, and? Which made me feel like I had just been slapped in the face because I didn't know this. I told Tom that he should have told me he's Jewish. I felt like I couldn't trust them in the group anymore, especially with the Jew, and then I left the group chat. I also wanted to say no one in the group, from what I know of, got any money from Shiloh. All the money went to her bank account, and Shiloh is legit one of us. I also want to say no one in the group got money from Shiloh. All the money went to her bank. She's pro-white like us, so please stop saying Shiloh's fund is a fraud and a scam. I would say it was a scam if she wasn't who she says she was. Avsterbone is not her friend nor her husband, so these accusations need to stop. Shiloh didn't know he was Jewish either. So there you go.